Hey, happy Friday. Welcome TIF. I'm super excited. I wanted to share with you another student success story. We can call this our Friday spotlight. And if you're jumping on here live and catching this, or you're catching on a replay, I'd love to hear your thoughts. And I want you to also give a round for Patti, because she's doing such a great job in our Inner Circle coaching program. And I wanted to just share one of the things that I found over the years. It's one thing for the coach to share like his program and how it works, but there's another when it comes from the mouth of the people who are actually working the plan and really doing the work. The difference is I actually just help them, but at the end of the day, it's the student who has to do the work to get the results. And Patti's one of my newest success stories. Still, I say fresh and new, just getting started, but he had some early success. And before we get started, and I introduce Patti, we got introduced, I think it was maybe 6 or 7 years ago. Maybe it was a little bit longer than that. Maybe 6 years ago, 7 years ago. But Patti's husband was my son's student group leader in church, and we got connected and just hit it off. In fact, part of the time we were here at my house doing life groups or discipleship groups for students, and it was awesome. So we have history together, and on a longer scale than just a few weeks of working together here in my program. And I would just say it's about connections, right? Like this whole faith journey it's kind of interesting how it all comes back around and circles, and we all need each other. And as long as right now where we're supposed to be keeping away from each other and maybe on a screen to screen type of level, the world is right now in a place where we just need more relationships. And I'm grateful for the relationship that I was fortunate to be blessed with, having Jim, Patti's, and Patti open up her home to have myself and a ton of other teenagers in their home to wreck it in a weekend and do all that. But I'm excited to be able to return the favor and help Patti on her health and fitness journey. So just getting started, I just wanted to welcome Patti to this group and to share with her just a little bit of her experience in just a short time we've been together. So Patti, first question I always ask, thank you for taking the time out, by the way.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and the first question is, what made you reach out? I know we had connected, we had history together, but what made you initially connect and reach out to me?
Well, I kept seeing your post on Facebook and your success stories with other people. And so I think I reached out to you maybe once or twice, and then I would back away and say, I'm not ready. I think I can still do this on my own. And then finally, it was in November. We had done a bunch of traveling in the fall. And so in that, we had eaten out a lot, and I was at a high point with my weight, and I just didn't want to keep gaining, especially headed into the holidays. And so I decided to reach out again. And this time we had a phone call, and I decided to go for it.
Yeah, it was also, I remember when we talked too, before you went away, and you said, I think it was something, and that maybe I'm mistaken, but I remember saying, hey, we need to get connected, but I'm going to be away for a little while and have to get back. And you followed up. And, sometimes the first step is a lot of times the hardest for people, taking that first action step to say, I need some help, because
Right.
A lot of things we do on our own, and you're great at what you do. And you do so much for so many other people, and Jim as well. Right. And a lot of times it's hard when it comes time to needing help, and whether that be related to fitness or anything else. So you got on the call with me, and you pulled the trigger, and we got started. And was there anything before you got started, even though we had history together, was there anything you were skeptical about? Like, most people they don't know what online coaching is, or how can this help? How are you going to help me? And we're not even face to face at all. Was there anything in the beginning you might have been any skepticism about?
I think I was just skeptical of another diet in general, because I have tried everything that's out there. And over the past, I don't know, probably since I was 30 years old, I've been on one diet after another, and nothing ever worked long term. So I was a little bit skeptical, like, is this going to be the answer finally, or not? So that was pretty much all that I was skeptical about. I knew you, so I knew I had confidence in you as a coach.
Yeah. And I would say there hasn't been one person. I think that's when I get on a call, and I had three calls earlier today, and pretty much all of them resonated the same way is, I'm not working with 20-year-olds. I don't work with even 30-year-olds for the most part. Most of my clients, why I say, over 40, 50s and 60s, is that a lot of times people have already had that. They've already gone down that path of diets. And I always say there's good news and bad news. The bad news is you haven't gotten the results to last permanently. The good news is you haven't stopped trying. And I always like to think of as the ups and downs with dieting as just lessons to be learned. And sometimes it takes longer, right? Just kind of like our faith journey. We go up and down and sometimes stray. And it's no different when it comes to our health journey, is that there's ups and downs. And sometimes it takes messing up and takes failing 20 times with diets and quick fixes and things that, because we're in a society, we want quick fix. We can have everything right on our phone right now. The only thing you can't get on your phone are results, long lasting. You can't get quick results, like for weight loss. And I say you can get quick results, but long lasting permanent results require action. And you took an action step. So, all right. So you got started we got started in, was it November or late November?
It was right before, probably 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. I'm thinking it was definitely before Thanksgiving.
So 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, right during this whole pandemic thing, and not on top of that, right in the beginning of the holidays. So
right.
I'm sure there was how am I going to do it? So here we are at the beginning of Thanksgiving through the holiday season, which is the hardest for anybody to have success in. But you said, I'm doing it. And you made that decision. And you said, I'm going to take your advice. And I even said to you, I said, as long as you take my advice and do the work, you'll get results. And here we are now at the end of January, beginning of February. And let's talk about it, because people want to know what kind of results.
Okay. Well, I had good results at the beginning. And then with Thanksgiving, I think I might have gained a little bit back. But I guess the most important thing I've learned is to get back on track and not let one day or one meal just completely derail you. So I think I made a good bit more progress in December, had another little hiccup around Christmas and New Year's. And but I've learned that it's not your scale day to day, it's the trend. If the trend's going in the right direction, you're doing good. So I've done pretty good the last part of January, and I think I've lost about 11 pounds, which may not sound like a lot for two months, but to me it is a lot, because if I hadn't been on this plan, I would have gained over the holidays. So I would be probably up another 5 to 7 pounds. So to have gained or to have lost 11 pounds during this period of time, I think is pretty awesome. And your coaching and your inspiration and your motivation and just checking in with me all the time has made all the difference in the world.
It's awesome. Yeah, it's so true. That's been resonating with me and a lot of people this year, because I had another student who was a little slow on the progress. Like you had mentioned, it was up and down in holidays, but then we had a conversation, and I think I shared this before, is that she typically puts on about 10 pounds between Thanksgiving and Christmas in that time, maybe even end of October, November. It gets colder, winter time, tend to want the comfort foods, and then the holidays on top of that. And then she really lost about 3 or 4 pounds over the holidays, but she didn't put the 10 pounds on. So right. She really lost, typically, it didn't put on 10 pounds and lost 3 pounds. That was a huge win. And that's for you coming into this, just starting a new program, brand new, learning new, trying to do new things, be a little more conscientious with your food, starting a new exercise plan, being accountable to your coach and checking in. Those are all things, again, that's just a starting point. But look, here we are now in the start of February. And I saw as soon as you came on the Zoom, now you share with me, your progress report, but it's noticeable, not just on the scale, but also just in how your body, even in your face and stuff that I noticed. And you said something to me this morning, or when we got on here. What did you say? Your neighbor, or you have somebody?
I have a Bible study I do on Friday mornings, and as soon as I walked in her door, we haven't seen each other in 2 weeks. She said, "Wow, you have lost weight." She goes, "Whatever you're doing is working."
awesome.
So,
That feels good, right? It's okay.
yes.
It's okay to get that. Now I say this, it's like it's one of the people think like taking care of themselves or losing weight or spending money on a coach or that sort of stuff is a selfish thing, or to actually put yourself first. And I really have to say this, and I hope this resonates if you're catching this live or even later if you're watching this replay. It's one of the most selfless things you can do. And here's why. And here's what I feel, and it's resonated with me because I have coaches, just like Patti has me as a coach. I also have coaches. And when I know that I have coaches that are helping me become my best, not just to lose weight, to be stronger, healthier, more fit, less apt to get things like viruses, and to keep your immune system strong and to feel better about yourself, like everybody wins. But also I would say it's one of the least selfless things you can do, because when you're putting yourself at a high priority, it goes to that whole saying of when the oxygen mask comes down in the airplane, when you're flying, if there's something going on, an emergency, you're going to first put your oxygen mask on first before you're able to put your families, because it's hard to help other people if you are not taking care of yourself. Can you do it? You kind of can wing it for a while. And I know you guys always have done an amazing job, but I'm excited to know that now on this healthier path of yours and getting the weight loss and feeling better and stronger, that now you're even say improving what you're already been doing well for so many years. And that to me is super exciting. So just I have to just say congratulations to on your early success. I know we have a ways to go. I know it's early in the process, and I know some of those early results, and like I told you, got to keep working the plan, because it's about long-term success, about really, like I say, bulletproofing your habits. And the reason why I say bulletproofing is nobody's bulletproof. And we have our faith that we can stay and keep us strong and on that path. But as far as doing what you can to bulletproof habits so that you don't fall off track, you don't go down that road of being overweight, out of shape, putting yourself at risk or your family at risk. So lastly, who would you recommend this for? Like, not anybody specific, but as far as what type of person you think would do well on the program that you've been on for the last couple months?
Well, I really like that it's for 40 and up. So any of my friends who are my age, I would encourage you to give it a try if you've been thinking about it. If you're ready to make a commitment to exercise, but not like have to spend long hours in the gym, just to do 20, 30 minutes in your home, 3 or 4 days a week. Like I told Mark the other day, I don't dread exercise anymore because it doesn't take up half my day. And I don't, like when I would go to the gym, I wasn't sure if I was even doing the right thing. So now I know what I'm doing is exactly what I'm supposed to do. And it's pretty quick. And I'm ready to add on a little bit more walking and things like that. So anyway, if you're thinking about it, I would encourage you to just go ahead and try it, because working with Mark does work.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I think one of the drawbacks for people on the front end thinking is that, well, I'm a little older and I have these issues and limitations, and are you going to make me do crazy hard workouts? And you just said it, they're not. Like, they're just effective workouts, but age appropriate workouts. And one of the things I think the comfort in knowing for you is if you have an issue or if there's something that you're not quite sure, is we can adjust. That's the beauty of having a coach to help you through, instead of trying to just wing it on your own or go to Google or ask somebody in the gym who may not know what they're talking about to help you. That reassurance just makes it easier to be more consistent, right?
Right.
Yeah,
That's
awesome,
right.
awesome. Hey, I think that's all we have. Listen, I know I'm just so excited. I can't wait to maybe do one of these in a few months and we see even more progress with Patti. And if you are watching and if you have an interest, obviously as a coach, I have this group, and there's a big need right now. A lot of people are stuck and struggling. And I just want to say, first off, whether you reach out to me or somebody else, the hardest step sometimes is first reaching out for help and saying, hey, I need some help. The second thing is who to ask for help. And I'm just saying, I'm only one person. If you want to know more about what I do, you can reach out, send me a private message. I always use the word bulletproof since this is this group, but you can just reach out and send me that private message in a word, just say bulletproof, and get on a conversation just like Patti and I had. talked about. We'll find out where you're at, where you want to go. Like, what are you trying to truly achieve? What you're struggling with? What's holding you back from being your best? And then at the end of the day, we'll see if we're a good fit to work together. If we're not, then I'll point you in the direction of somebody who can help you. But if we are, then we can have a discussion on what my program has done for a lot of people, and it potentially can be for you as well.